Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody, to the show. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing, pal?
Very well.
Good. You and Manny keep your streak alive watching World Cup last night?
We did. We watched a little bit, yeah.
Yeah? Anything exciting? Anything good?
Not really. You know, a lot of one nothing to be expected.
Yeah.
You know, winners.
That's all right.
Were who you expected, so.
Yeah. I just can't believe how much the papers are dominated and social media is dominated by World Cup. It kind of gives you a sense.
Yeah,
of
the
just
world
how
really
big,
cares about this.
Dude, globally, you just don't see. I mean, the Super Bowl, maybe you see like 4 dedicated tweet things all relating to whatever is going on in the World Cup. It's like, boy, people really like this thing.
It's crazy, man. You have like Spain playing Iran. You know, these two countries that, you know,
Yeah.
do they otherwise ever talk? Do they otherwise ever do anything? And there are these two teams that play by the same rules, the same game.
Yeah.
You know, and they do so in different parts of the world, and then they come together and they compete at the highest level. It's
I think
kind of weird.
It's so
It's
funny.
not like, you know, Asians play soccer kind of like this, you know,
Right.
but with tweaks, and then they have to tweak to come play other. No, they all play the same rules, same size fields, you know, generally, and yeah.
It's funny to
cool
me still, like the dives and the fake. Oh my god! Like I don't know why it cracks me up, dude. The
South Americans are the worst.
Did you see the guy? It might have been England, where some guy like patted him on the back and he just dives and he's rolling around like he got shot.
Awful.
It's like, oh, these people, like, there's 50 high def cameras on you. You're not fooling anybody. I mean, they're just hoping for a ref to catch it out of the corner of his eye and throw up a card or something. I mean, is that the goal of that?
Well, they're also set. There's several reasons. I mean, part of it is they're getting rests during those breaks.
Oh, okay.
They're trying to set a tone, like, oh my God, you know, this is the 4th time this guy's knocked me down. This is bullshit. Give him a yellow card, sort of thing.
Can't they fake a cramp? I think it would look better if you just kind of faked a cramp and went down. You know,
best is when they bring the stretcher out and then they like spray something on the guy. They carry him off. They get him to the sideline, and then he books right back on.
Yeah,
it's absurd.
I've never heard that though. It's about a stoppage for rest. That makes a little more sense. Did you see Burger King had to apologize for their advertising? Like, honestly, dude, what meeting are you in that you would think this is like a good promotion? You know?
Yeah, what is it? Free Whopper to any woman who gets knocked up by a World Cup player?
For life. Free Whoppers for life and $47,000. It's kind of not a bad deal.
The deal there a little bit. I thought we were just talking Whoppers.
No. Free Whoppers for life. Yeah, so
and you said $47,000?
Yeah.
Is it a one-time payment, or is that also?
What do you mean?
Like,
going to give you $1 for 47,000 years?
No. Are they going to give you 40?
One-time cash payment of $47,000.
Are
you ready for
why
your
$47,000?
Isn't that weird?
Why not 50 at least, right?
Is this the 47th World Cup ever, or the how many Burger King locations are there in Russia? 47,000? I don't know, but yeah, I thought that was an odd number too. So it was extended to girls who managed to get the best football genes and lay down the success of the Russian national football team. It's a reward for the girls who get pregnant from the international football superstars. So if they could get knocked up by a current player,
for one, they got to prove it. They got to prove it's a player, and 2, so we got to wait 8 months or some shit. I mean,
that's edgy for like a strip club, let alone Burger King.
Burger King,
it's crazy.
And you know, it is in Russia, and they're kind of known for having like misogynistic ads. You know, they're a little bit behind the times, and so but you know, American. You know, the media relations in the U.S. has to come out and be like, they've admitted it was too offensive. So the media relations headquarters apologized for the clearly offensive promotion the team in Russia launched online. As soon as it was brought to our attention, we had it removed. Certainly does not reflect our brand or our values. Taking steps to ensure this type of activity does not happen again. Good for them.
Taking steps. What are those steps? I want to know what the steps were to make sure this doesn't happen again.
They always say that. We're taking steps to ensure. It's like, what are you going to do? Just call every McDonald's and just be like, whatever you're going to do, don't do something sexist or stupid like this. Russia's political leaders criticized Burger King too. It's a very, very stupid campaign from the hellish people of the fast food chain. The hellish people of the fast food chain?
Lost in translation, maybe.
You think so? Maybe. Yeah. I thought it was funny, but...
Hey, Hamlin Pubs, inviting you to their 5 Metro Detroit locations. Come enjoy Hamlin Pubs' great food, their drinks, and their atmosphere. Whether you're watching the game with your buddies, out for a meal with the family, or even out for an evening with your girl, it's always a great time at their Rochester, Clarkston, Chesterfield, and 2 Shelby Township locations.
Have you seen this this thing that's gone a little viral? This chick, she sends a note out, says, my boyfriend asked me to text him updates from the England-Tunisia game. Did you watch that game?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. He's on his way home, and so he's asked me to text him updates. Did you see that string by her? You can't say it's not accurate. No, she's every once in a while they do, some girl will do this, be like, I don't know much about this game, but I'll, give you updates. And so her string is like, and a yellow card for the England player. The player with the yellow card looks sheepish. The next one, we're 34 minutes in and everyone's hair is still holding up well.
Oh, my God.
Tunisia score. Free kick for England. This time an Englishman received a light tap and fell down violently. There was a huge missed opportunity there for England. These are great updates.
Yeah.
A Tunisian man is on the floor. Looks like he got hit in the hair. The referee is uninterested. The man with the injured hair is not pleased.
Oh, my God.
And people are going nuts. Like, people are writing to the broadcast channels. They're like, you need to hire this girl. She needs to be doing commentary. I've never cared about soccer, but I will listen to this girl call a game.
That's awesome.
Isn't that
what
funny?
This thing has also done, it's also caused people to look up countries that, like Tunisia.
Yeah.
Manny's like, I know it's in northern Africa, but what? And I'm like, yeah, dude, I can't exactly say either.
See, he knows more than me already.
So you end up looking up where the hell Tunisia is,
And how small is it?
It's, it's a wisp of a country comparatively,
Wow.
but it's right there, across the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
And not really too far from Europe.
Yeah. Far at
It's
all.
just skipping a jump.
I wouldn't have known where it was at all.
I know. Well, that's the thing, man. That's what
That's
you
funny.
have a reason to look it up.
There you go, E. Is it in the middle up top? Between Algeria and Libya.
I found it, and now I already lost it, so.
It's your left, man.
The left and
Oh,
inch.
yeah.
There you
That's
go.
something.
Yeah.
Italy comes right down, and
Yeah.
Tunisia's right across. Right
So
across
how many
the,
of these
the bay
guys?
there.
How many of these guys? The bay. How many of these guys have teams? Like all of them? Belarus?
Morocco, Algeria, Egypt. Algeria is not in it this year, but they've had good teams in the past.
How's the Moldova team? Are they strong this year?
Not familiar.
Yeah. Croatia has a team, right?
Yeah, they've got a big game against Argentina today.
Well, Austria.
Look, there's a ton of them packed in there.
Wow, there sure is.
It's a key soccer playing region.
Yes, very much so. That's kind of cool. Easis, this might get a little uncomfortable, but where were you Sunday? Were you in Ferndale Sunday?
No,
Easis?
I'm trying to think. What was I doing Sunday? No, I was out to dinner with my parents. Oh.
Ferndale police searching for a man.
I'm not saying we're going to call the Ferndale police, Jay. I have their number, but
It's
I don't know.
remarkable how many times we get these random men and people will send us stories like, that's E, man.
That's
That's
E,
E for
dude."
sure. Those dumb glasses and somewhat of a plume, and
Yeah.
it's like all of a sudden it's E.
All you have to be is skinny and
Gangly.
with glasses and a bit of a plume. And it's remarkable how many stories feature those
I
characteristics.
can't believe this, but I actually got nervous. Like I started to think like, what was I doing
Did your heart
Sunday?
start beating?
I was like, did I do something that I don't realize?
I don't think you would do this, though, E. You wouldn't expose yourself to a woman and then beat off in front of her, would you?
No.
E?
No.
Can we put that past you?
Yes, you can actually.
So you swear, you would swear, and you're not the most credible witness.
I
E.
understand that,
But you swear you were not in front of Bloom's by JR Designs storefront in Ferndale on 9 Mile
yeah, I
on
was
Sunday?
not.
Around 5 o'clock?
I was with my parents eating dinner Sunday night, so
Yeah, well, at 5 o'clock, you were not eating dinner with your parents, so
that's
did
actually.
you swing by and jack off in front of a chick really quick before you guys had dinner?
I don't know, maybe I guess. Maybe when I left the show here, I did do that. I don't remember. I guess.
Dude, the
Like
balls.
7 days ago.
Better trained.
So the woman arrives at the store, and there's a Big E-looking character sitting on a rock outside. And he starts a conversation saying, yeah, I live in Ferndale, and my name's Nick.
She's like, cool.
Yeah, cool. And so she goes in, she comes out of the store, and there's Nick again. And he's like, so what do you think? And she's like, huh? She looks down, she's like, oh, his dick's out. Nice, Nick. And then he just starts jacking it. And he's asking, would you mind staying here and watching?
Oh, my God.
Well, at least he was polite. Would
Yeah.
you mind? I mean,
Louis C.K. Yes.
Right, yes. Although he was already doing it as a problem.
Yeah,
You got to
yeah.
ask, and then if they kind of say, yeah, sure.
I think what's going on is Nick subscribes to the ask forgiveness, not permission.
Right.
You know, he's one of those guys. So yeah,
It can
he's
be tough in the world of sexual assault, though.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. You're right. Dangerous. So he's described as a white male in his 20s.
Oh,
or
none of those in
30s.
Ferndale.
About 6'2", thinly built. I don't know if he still
Nah.
qualifies. I think he still can slip into the thinly built category.
To the extent a Sneetch is thin, sure. Parts of him.
He's got dark hair. E, do you own a blue bandana?
I don't own any bandanas, actually.
John Lennon style glasses, so they were more circular than E's. Also wearing a SpongeBob SquarePants shirt with a picture of Krabby Patty on it.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
A solid character on that show, but I mean,
Dude, that's some great detail, though. This guy's going to be
Solid
found.
wardrobe.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
people in Ferndale are going to be like, oh, yeah, I know that dork with the fucking
Yeah,
Krabby
totally.
Patty t-shirt,
Dumb
those dumb
round
glasses.
well,
sure.
I would say that people would know him, but your reference of people calling him a dork, he probably fits right in Ferndale. So, I mean, yes, I think people would know him, but as far as him being unusual, I would not say that's probably true.
Normcore from head to toe.
Absolutely. Anyone with info can call the department. They would appreciate it. 248-541-3650, and option 5 is what you want to push.
Should we call him now or later?
Yeah, why don't we call him
Get,
off the
get
air?
the show done.
Yeah, let's knock the show out, and then we'll bother the force. See if at least want to question him. Have him pop by for some quick questioning. Maybe go through his car, see if they stumble upon a blue bandana or anything like that.
I've never owned a bandana, actually,
Yeah.
ever. But
God, this new documentary. People were sending us this story like crazy too. Does it happen in the UP?
Yeah.
Oh,
this
my
chick,
dude.
Kelly Cochran.
You know, I found the documentary on what is that? It's not like on a channel, but we can go and just like, you know, record it anyways. What do they call that? You do it all the time. The fucking
shit, I'm sorry.
on your cable system.
On demand?
Yeah, on demand. Thank you. Jesus Christ. And I've got it recording now, so I want to watch it later. But it's this serial killer and her husband chopped up and killed her former lover, and then they say may have served remains at a barbecue for the neighborhood. Oh my Lord! Wasn't that a South Park episode?
I don't know.
I think they did something
The
similar.
article I'm reading says that was the end of fried green tomatoes.
Yeah, I don't know that I saw that. Wasn't
I've
that a
never seen
chick
it.
flick?
Yeah, I thought it was like a Kathy. What's her name? Kathy
Bates.
Bates. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know even the basic plot of it. So
I don't
can't say.
either. I think it's about gardening.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I have no idea what it's about. But it seems kind of harsh for a chick flick to end with, you know.
Does.
Yeah. So this is, let's see here. Kelly Cochran is her name. She later injected her husband with a lethal dose of heroin in February 2016. It's Investigation Discovery and is the channel, and it's called Dead North, and you can see it on demand. She admitted in court that she and her husband lured this dude, Chris Regan, inside their home, shot and dismembered him in the UP.
Oh, dismembered it.
I know.
God.
Isn't that just...
Just the notion, and then cubing him up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and then serving it to people in burger form?
Yes.
Oh, dude.
So you've ground the beef.
Yeah, you would have to have some sort of meat grinder.
When I first saw this, I'm like, oh, it's got to be kebabs, right? You're going to cube them up, throw some green pepper and onion on there.
God, I didn't.
You know, a
I
little
didn't think
cherry
that much.
tomato.
Yeah.
But then when I heard the guy say, yeah, I had a hamburger that tasted real weird. Dude, she ground the beef?
Yeah.
What if somebody liked
What part
it
would you
a
even
lot?
take from? It's
Like,
this is the
What if
greatest burger
somebody
ever.
was like, "This is fucking good," and now they like, "Damn, you remember that barbecue?"
Seconds, please.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
now they're like, "Well, do I like human?"
yeah. You're a cannibal. Is that whole neighborhood officially cannibals now?
No,
That
I
is
mean,
so offensive, man.
Ugh. What parts do you use? Like, what would you use? Like, meat on
The
your
shank.
forearm and legs and shoulder? Ugh. Buttocks?
Buttock, yeah, I think is.
Panuzel meat would go in there too. You would throw that in the grinder just to add insult to injury, right? I think they would. So yeah, they had a pact, this couple, that they would get rid of anybody involved in their extramarital affairs, and so this Reagan guy was apparently banging Kelly at one point. I don't know why you would need a pact like that, but
they know they're cheating on other people, and if they just say like, "Hey, wife," I hate to say it, but you know, Kelly down the street, I've been banging her. Well, you know the deal.
You know the deal.
now we got to cube him. Or grind him up and make burgers out of him.
Troubling, man.
Oh, dude, how insane do you have to
She
be?
been convicted of this? This is all like
Oh,
done
yeah.
deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, sentenced to life in prison without parole in May 2017.
God, her family says she may have killed as many as 9 people and buried their bodies in various spots around the Midwest. She said she's got other friends.
Buried in Michigan, Indiana, Tennessee, and Minnesota.
Yeah. God, dude. Yeah. She said she, by the way, she injected her husband with the heroin to OD him and kill him because he killed her best friend and lover, Regan, the guy that they served.
Right.
So,
Man, some problem solving right there.
yeah.
Dude, diabolical, man.
Where do you think that's gonna go? How do you think that's gonna end up? You don't
So
think you're gonna
twisted, man.
that
Yeah.
many people in that situation? I mean, maybe one-off. I know people have gotten away with murder. It has happened, but man,
God, doesn't the service, though, at the neighborhood barbecue just take it to a level that is just almost
Sinister.
unmatched?
It's devilish. I mean, like,
That's Dahmer level.
yeah, absolutely it is. It's insane to think that someone's mind could work like that.
And then that 2 people could get together and agree on something like that? Fuck.
That has to be like mind control over the other, where you're just grooming someone, or you find another insane person
Right.
and you link up, and that's But yeah, dude, I don't know. For the life of me, I can't wrap my head around something like that. But who's the guy that keeps eating the burger that he doesn't like? You know what I mean? Like, I would take half a bite and
Tastes weird, but whatever.
whatever. It's Kelly's famous recipe, so I don't want to insult her.
Ah.
Oh
God.
Just want to. Oh, this world.
I always think too. I
Fuck.
know I've said it on here before, but I always think of lives like this. Like, you're right. Like, they had to find somebody, whether it was grooming or just find another insane person. But it's like, it always thinks to me, like, dude, like, I think of my life, and it's like, I'm looking forward to going to a game or a concert or camping. And it's like, dude, if you are involved in something like this, it has to be your whole life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because you have to always be worried or always be looking for a girl that you think is going to be that right match, or a guy if you're the girl, however
Crazy,
it happened.
man.
It
You
just
get one shot at this life, and that's
Yeah.
the route you go.
Woo! I wonder if that's true. Like,
Crazy.
If it's you could do this on the side, but on the weekends you just love the theater. You know what I mean? And you're taking in plays and stuff, and
I mean, probably to some extent, but
I mean, do they? Because that's an interesting thought. Like, did those people go see the latest comedy in the theaters? Are they Star Wars fans?
Turn it off and on.
Yeah, or is it just
It's like that
just-
American Psycho, right? You've seen that with Christian Bale?
Yeah, not in a long time though.
Yeah, he was. Parts I've seen, at least, it seems like he was like this high-end stockbroker kind of guy
Yeah,
by day,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then by night he's just hacking people apart.
Ugh.
Plastic all over his apartment and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Wasn't that the other guy too that got away with murder forever? Serial killer.
I am so bothered by the fact that they serve this dude for dinner.
I know.
I would almost be as upset by that as if somebody killed one of my kids. That bothers me so much, man.
Yeah.
The notion that you'd be serving a human being to me.
Yeah.
My God.
I know. It's hard to wrap your head around. It really is. It's like,
Oh.
you would want to charge them as they're on the stand.
Oh my
You just want
gosh.
to. I mean,
Yes.
I bet you could physically kill them with your bare hands if you got a hold of them. You know what I mean? Like, if you ate a burger and found
That
out a week
bothers
later.
me so much.
Yeah, it bothers me too. It's just so over the top. It's like, okay, I get murder, I get all that stuff, but dude,
You then got me involved in that? Come on, man.
I was your neighbor. I waved at you when I drove by. I waved at you.
I brought the potato salad.
Yes,
All we asked was you bring hamburgers.
yes. Occasionally a fly might fly into my potato salad and get stuck, but there's no humans in it. Ugh.
If you didn't want to go buy the ground beef, tell me. I'd have got it myself. Shit.
The BK killer, wasn't that his thing? Remember him? He had the mustache, and
Okay,
I think he
I
signed
remember the
everything
name.
BK. But he was like a mailman and like a family man, and then he would go out and just murder the shit out
Mm-hmm.
of people. Like some of those guys. Yeah, is that
Yeah, they're walking amongst us.
BTK?
They're
BTK
walking
killer.
amongst us, man. Oh, yeah, huge torture, right? Bind, torture, kill.
Yes, bind, torture, kill. He would sign. Was he sending letters to the police or something, or the
Seems like
papers, something like that? And he would always sign it BTK, which stood for bind, torture, and kill.
Outwardly, he was a pillar of the community. In reality, he was a serial killer who managed to evade justice for 31 years.
Yeah, but see, these guys want their credit. That's what they're undoing for a lot of these guys, and they can't help but send clues. They think they're smarter than everybody.
Yeah.
and so they send clues to the newspaper or the police department. I can't remember exactly how that story, he came to be caught up, but
Yeah, when you see the victims and they clearly run the gamut of decades, just by hairstyle and glasses style.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, this guy's been doing it a while.
Yeah, you
It's
look
going back
down
to
here.
the 60s.
Yeah, that's she's even, 60s or 50s even. God, these people. Oh, it's unbelievable.
Walking amongst
us. Yep. Switching gears completely, Jay, and I mean complete 180 here from eating humans. These CEOs, we've talked about how out of whack these CEO salaries and separation payouts are.
Yeah.
Did you read that story in The Freak today, by chance?
Is it about the guy who got booted because of the porn on his computer?
Yeah, Tim Luliet or something. So he got a severance package recently, and he's a longtime auto industry exec in Detroit. Ran Visteon for about 3 years until being asked to resign in 2015. So he's like, yeah, no problem. I just want $61 million in a separation package. And so he'd been caught downloading porn and information about prostitutes onto his company computers and devices, posting obscene messages and pictures on social media. So Visteon is like, no, we don't want to pay you. Goes to arbitration, and they award him $16 million. And it's like, holy shit. This guy's downloading porn on his computer, his work computer, searching for prostitutes. He still gets to walk away with $16 million. He'd so yeah, his case is hardly unique. There's John Stump, who was making almost $20 million a year as the CEO of Wells Fargo, and he was condemned for his handling of the scandal. Remember when they were making all those fake accounts?
That's right.
And using real people's data to do it. So yeah, he ends up retiring. Like, okay, yeah, I'm a dick, and I didn't handle this well. He walked away with more than $130 million in his severance. And then there was Philip Dowman at Viacom, which is MTV, Nickelodeon, all those. And obviously viewership is down huge because younger viewers are not sitting home watching Nickelodeon and MTV and stuff. And so, things don't go well under his leadership. It's been, the revenue's been dropping for years. But he already had an annual salary of $93 million. $93 million. And walked into retirement with a $58 million separation package on top of that. There's Yahoo's Marissa Mayer, widely criticized for failing to turn around the tech company's declining fortunes. She walked away with close to $260 million
I remember that.
in severance when she left as CEO last year. And these payouts are just so... I know we're in a world, capitalist. It's like, hey, get what you can get.
Well, and the fact is, the hiring of a lot of these people jack the stock price because they are who they are. They have this background of great turnarounds or success in the industry, and so you hire so-and-so, and it's like, oh, shit, man. That's awesome. This company is going to take off, and sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's sort of like the Jack Barker of Silicon Valley.
Yeah, there you go.
He bounces around.
Sure.
And he does his thing at one company that he.
The pyramids.
Yeah, the
the square, the two double pyramid
of success or whatever it is.
So stupid.
Just some general statement about like people, honesty,
work, hard work.
productivity. The pyramid of success.
The conjoined triangles of success.
Was it always like this,
There
though?
he goes.
Yeah, it is.
Manufacturing, engineering, growth, sales, compromise.
The conjoined triangles of success.
There he is.
Awesome. What a great character. So they say, like, it's so out of balance and so absurd, these massive payouts. And that's the argument. Hey, we're hiring a superstar, and that costs money. And it's like, yeah, but it's getting to the point where it's just too obnoxious for normal people to even wrap their heads around. So in the story, they say if a CEO is making $20 million a year, hardly uncommon, at major companies, an ordinary worker earning the nation's median household income of about $60,000 a year, he would have to work nearly 400 years to collect what his boss makes. It's unjust, and it's getting worse. It's part of the problem that sends nearly all of the bounty of a growing economy.
That lower level worker ought to become a CEO.
Yeah, he should. I don't know how. Yeah, I think that's kind of hard to do, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna look into it.
if I were him.
Yeah, and you got go to one of the big companies.
That is hard to do, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. You don't have a problem with this, but I don't remember it being this out of balance years and years ago. You know what I mean? And
I don't know. I've always felt like it's super out of balance. Maybe it's just becoming more public.
Well, in the article I was
or
reading,
as we get more into this, sharing of income and so forth, the notion of a uniform income and distribution of wealth becomes more popular.
Yeah,
Maybe it's just become more popular to talk about
maybe.
the disparity. I don't know.
Well, the article says it's part of the problem that sends nearly all of the bounty of a growing economy to those at the very top of the pyramid. Those in the middle see their real pay increasing far more slowly, while those at the bottom lose ground.
Mary Barra of General Motors, 22.6 mil last year.
Really, in salary?
Yeah. Total compensation.
Wow. Yeah, that's.
6 million less than 2015. So.
Oh wow. Well, yeah, 6 million less. Well, she's on the rise, rising star. Jesus. We're getting more details, Jay, on that. Remember the story I was telling you? We got to keep an eye on Eastern Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the cop shooting, right?
Yeah, that doesn't sound good at all. Really doesn't. 17-year-old was shot in the back by a cop as he was running away. More details coming out. His name was Antwon Rose.
Is Benjamin Crump on the scene yet?
Benjamin Crump is not. There's a different lawyer who apparently has handled a lot of these Black Lives Matter cases too, but I wasn't terribly familiar with his name. I'll give it to you in a second, but he was shot 3 times in the back. He was a
Stop! Get him!
So he's pulled over. He's just a passenger. And it was in connection with that drive-by shooting like a mile away. They thought maybe these were the kids that had done that. And so when the car was pulled over, officers get the driver out of the vehicle, handcuff him, and then 2 people jump out of the car and take off. And this cop's just like, ah, boom, 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 and shoots 3 times at this kid. Yeah, so Rose was unarmed when he fled, though 2 guns were found in the car, on the floor of the car. The 20-year-old driver was released after being questioned by police. They took him in, questioned him, and then he was released.
All white cops are fucking devils and white people.
The attorney, S. Lee Merritt. You familiar with Mr. Merritt?
No, never heard of him.
Me either. He issued a statement. By all accounts, Rose was beloved in this community, good student. You know, this is the family attorney. What's he going to say? Yeah, he was a shit kid. You know, probably deserved this. So there so far does not appear to be legal justification for the officer to have fired his gun, nor is there proof Rose was involved in the earlier shooting. He was a senior in high school. From all accounts, he was a generous, hardworking, highly promising student. We must emphasize the rumors of him being involved in a separate shooting are unsubstantiated. We know he was not armed at the time he was shot down. There's a gun in the car. That's probably why he took off running. He was no immediate threat to anybody. And so just as we thought Wednesday night, large crowds gathered in the streets, blocking streets at major intersections.
Any video, like of the cop body cam or anything?
Cop was not
on the
wearing
horizon?
body cam, but there is video. I have not seen it yet. He's got it here, though.
It's just like apparently it's just like a guy from
From afar?
Yeah.
Oh, just after the fact. Or no, this is
no,
it?
this
Okay. Oh, shit. Oh,
Why are they shooting at him? No, I'm recording this.
that's a good question.
Why are they
See that
shooting?
again, Jesus.
All they did was
That's-
run, and they're shooting at them.
That's as bad as the South Carolina one.
Yeah,
you know what I
Michael
mean? That's-
Slager. It's out of the car.
Oh, totally, dude. Totally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You just can't do that.
Fuck.
Cannot do that.
That kid was running.
Fuck. Let him go. Let him fucking go.
Man.
You know, you'll find him at some point. You interrogate his buddy.
We're gonna
whatever.
hear a story like he thought that his cell phone was a gun, and he
Well-
turned around and shot him immediately.
There's-
Thought he had a knife.
There's no justification to shoot a guy in the back like that. That being said, what the story will be from the police is the information we had at the time was that these guys were possibly involved in a drive-by shooting, and we pull them over. The kid runs, and the cop doesn't have much information.
Kid runs. He doesn't
Yeah.
want him to get away.
Yeah. Freeze.
So he shoots him in the back and
That's
sprinkles a
still
little
a
crack
gr-
on him.
That's still a terrible. Like you said.
Oh, I know.
Oh, no.
They're
But when
gonna
you
have
say-
to have some story.
You're right. That will be the story. But it's like,
He
okay,
panicked.
so what? Let him go.
Yeah, he panicked in the moment. Is all you can say about the cop. You just can't shoot a kid.
At best, you can say that about the cop.
What? That he panicked?
Yeah.
I would agree.
I
with
mean, what
that.
else could you say? That he
That
was
he
just
that he did it
wanted
on
to kill him?
purpose.
just wanted to shoot a black kid?
Yeah.
That's the worst, and you'll hear a lot of that.
Dude, if I'm a cop, and I'm not, thank God, but dude, how do you shoot anyone in the back and think you're going to get away with that? Like, how do you, like, I don't know, man. That's tough. So the crowd was chanting the usual "No justice." How does the end of that one go?
No peace.
That's right, no peace.
Burn this bitch down.
Burn this bitch down. So they were doing they had another chant too, and I take a little issue with this one, Jay. I want your
No
opinion.
rhythm to it.
I just
Doesn't
don't
fit?
I think
Is there a
someone's
better chant?
I don't know
Give
what
it
the
to me.
better chant
Give it
is.
to me.
All right.
See what we can do with it.
Okay. Turn up. Don't turn down. We do this for Antwon.
Turn up. Don't turn down.
We do this for Antwon.
Turn up.
Don't turn down. We do this for Antwon.
Turn up.
Don't turn down. We do this for Antwon.
I don't know what that means.
It's not awful.
It's
But I don't know what it
pretty
means.
bad.
Turn
It's
up what?
shoehorned. It's shoehorned
turn
at
up,
best.
like show up, I guess, to
Oh,
protest.
turn up.
Turn
Don't
up.
turn down. Is that stay at home? Dude, it's shoehorned at best. Can we agree on that?
Yeah. It's messy.
So the key.
The messaging.
Yeah.
I
leaves
think the
a
thing
bit
is,
to be
man, I gotta
desired.
say, with the video that has been out there, because I'm sure other people saw it at that point. You don't even need a saying, man. I gotta be honest, dude. You don't need a saying.
No justice, no peace.
Just show
kind
the
of
fuck
serves
up and be
pretty
like,
well in
"This is
one.
bullshit,
Yeah.
man," and
But
I
if-
want an
but it-
explanation.
I'm tired of very, very uncreative people that want to do these signs. It bothers me.
I get what you're saying.
Turn up. Don't turn
down. Let's do this for
for
Antwon.
Antwon.
Like, no.
That is terrible.
Here's the game. Okay, I'm gonna give you a lesson.
You're under a
real
lot of
quick in this.
stress. You know, remember.
Well, there's got to be one cool-headed
obsessed.
person, individual in the group that can go, no, Lisa, nice try, but no, that doesn't make sense. No one. What does don't turn down mean? We don't even know what that means. Let's start from the beginning. We're trying to rhyme Twan.
Dude,
Okay.
I see it.
What rhymes with Twan?
I see a business possibility here. Maybe we can make a one-stop shop for tragedy like this.
Okay.
And we can provide protests, signs, and chants. We can also provide suitable mylar, candles, whatever you need, Tweety birds to staple.
So are you talking about a brick and mortar?
No, I'm talking about a website, man.
Because I think you're overthinking this. I think we can get away with just we can provide a proper chant and signage. That's it. I don't think we need to get into the mylar industry just yet.
Why don't we just link up with some Chinese company that can ship them some mylar, candles, and Tweety birds?
Yeah.
A couple SpongeBobs to throw on the
Could
pile.
you imagine we come in and our inbox is just loaded? People like, okay, we got a kid.
We could do roadside memorials.
Yep.
We're
not doing white bikes, dude. Fuck, I'm not doing the ghost bikes on the side of the road.
All right, we'll stay away from the white bikes, but I see something here because I see people in need. They're reaching out.
Well, it's like when you're
with
at a
chant
funeral.
like
You
that.
don't want to when a loved one dies. You don't want to.
You don't want to handle it. You want the funeral home to handle it,
Yeah.
right?
So we're not
We can
getting in
handle
that
your
business.
protest for you.
Yes.
At least give you a structure.
So say we charge $100 to give you the quote you need for your sign to dominate your
messaging.
sign.
The
The
messaging.
messaging. It's key. You want to stand out. You want the cameras
You
to
want
notice
this thing
you.
to pop.
Yes. And so if they just give us, they would have to provide some basic details. It's a kid in East Pittsburgh. His name is Antwon. He was shot in the back 3 times by the police. We want to do something better than no justice, no peace.
We can set up a social media presence. Whether you want
sure.
to boost it on Facebook, Twitter, etc., Instagram.
I
Get
think
it
I've
all
got.
going. We can go T-shirts if you want to. The sweet ass airbrush ones with
Yeah.
with like the dude's face and everything.
We're
What's
gonna
the
have
kid's
to-
name? Antoine.
Antoine.
They have Antoine's face.
And yeah,
You know,
we're gonna
and
have
the-
to
Three
go to. We're gonna have to go to some. We're gonna have to hit
We'll
some
spell two correctly. Gone too soon.
T-O. I'm not spelling. No, Gone to Soon is our. That's the name of our website. Gone to Soon. We need to start hitting some piers and boardwalks because we're gonna have to find a couple of those painters that can do that. The airbrush shirt guys.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to steal them from some good piers and
all right.
and boardwalks. But if someone said, yeah, it's Antwon, he was shot in Pittsburgh, like in the back. I mean, it would take a second. We could be like, okay, Twan is what you're trying to rhyme, right? Twan. What rhymes with Twan?
Or back. Don't give us no flack. Antoine been shot in the back.
Okay.
Don't give us no flack. Antoine been shot in the back.
What do you think of? Okay, Twan rhymes with lawn. If he's running on the lawn, you cannot shoot Antwon. What? It's sort of shoehorned,
If
but
you
not.
see
it's
the
not-
back of his head, he ought not end up dead.
That's great. But you didn't put Antwon. I think they're going to want to have Antwon's name in there.
I don't think that you
If
necessarily.
you see the back of his head, he ought not end up dead.
If you see the back of Antwon's head.
That's you. You're horning it in there, my man.
Well, you haven't come up with anything. E, are you part of this team or not?
I'm just here to.
Jay's throwing out great ideas.
He can act as an independent contractor with
This
respect to
isn't
this
my-
business.
You smiled when I did my Antwon lawn thing.
I liked it.
Okay, see, at least we're trying here. E, all you're doing is criticizing from afar. You've offered no
That's what
solutions.
I do best.
Well, E, come up with a sentence signage.
It's way easier to listen to other people's ideas and just mock them and then not bring any ideas
All right,
myself.
we got T-shirts with or without airbrushing and with or without misspelling of words like two. We'll talk about that. Are you talking about GoneTooSoon.com? GoneToSoon.com. Soon is beautiful this time of year.
Absolutely.
The problem is we're going to get a lot of misspellings, so we're going to have to buy 2 URLs. We're going to
That's
have to buy
true.
the TOO as well as the TO. That's fine.
What about the
spend
numeric,
extra $80
too?
bucks. We'll spend the extra $200 for URLs. That's
Okay.
fine because I like it. GoneToSoon.com.
Yeah.
T-shirts, airbrushing, Mylar. Do we go candles? Are the Americans interested in candles? We've seen the Europeans.
Look, I don't want to do those tea candles, those tiny little ones.
They're
They
beautiful.
Just,
They're lovely.
But they
They're
just
lovely.
they-
Flowers.
they-
Flowers and candles are lovely, Mike.
I know, but look, they just look dangerous,
It's
and I
very-
don't want my teddy bears
it's very
and my
Barcelona to me.
Mylar catching on fire because those little tea
Great
candles.
point.
The flame comes out too high.
All right, let's
if
start
you're
out
interested in the
serving
glass
US.
ones with Jesus on the side of them, I can get behind that.
Okay, let's start out with a .com. We'll end up with a .co UK. We'll look at candles.
Dude,
and,
if this is the
and
company
flowers.
that introduces Mylar to the Europeans, this is going to be an
So,
explosion.
Tweety Birds, SpongeBob's.
Spider-Man's.
We've seen some good Spider-Man. What else do we need here? Could we offer saplings to plant in honor thereof?
Yeah, but the tops have been chopped off, and so it's just a stick, basically. It saves the rest of the community the
stick
trouble.
with roots.
It saves the rest of the community the trouble of having to go down and chop the top off our tree, right?
Right.
So, what about?
Well, I think that you not only offer them these things,
And
but
the
you can
chance,
for
the
an extra
chance are
price, you can have someone like we'll flat out. I'll go out there and set it up for them. Like if they add more, I'll go out there.
You're gonna
and just
go
make-
garden, do some
I'll just make
planting?
the memorial. I'll go to the fucking.
Yeah, but that's
the
part of the
tree
fun
bowl.
for the community to get involved. You know.
Yeah,
and
but
place
I'll
them.
kind of like oversee the project, I guess.
Yeah.
And someone needs to introduce the proper rhythm to the chant. So
You don't-
you're probably not the guy to do that, but okay.
Yeah.
Having somebody on site, that's good. Boots
Yeah.
on the ground.
Yeah, he's the best. He's really the only option we have right now.
They need the
it's
personal
you're a
touch.
placeholder at this point, E, until we can come up with a
It's
better
fine
guy.
with me.
Yeah, you don't think you're not concerned at all that we're biting off more than we can chew
Well,
here?
we need I'm not at all, and we also need we need attorneys.
We have one of those on staff.
Well, we need guys, ambulance chasers, ready to go, ready to link in with CNN, MSNBC, etc.
Do we have any sort of ground marketing? Boots on the ground. Like when there's a tragedy, the people are there. It's a great spot to send someone with cards. Get your signage here. Get everything you need. GoneToSoon.com. Just a card.
Oh, sure. Little marketing on site.
Yeah, help them out there. I mean, people are in mourning. They don't have the time necessarily to wrap their head around where's the local this. Now I got to go to this place to get the cardboard,
Yeah.
and now I got to go here and buy the giant king size
Yeah.
Sharpies to write on it. We have all those. One stop shop.
Can we get Jin going on an app? We
He
probably
he
should have
can
gotten him
finish
going
half
on
an
this
app for
4
us.
years ago.
He can finish half an app for us, okay? And then,
It has legs, gentlemen.
dude, it does. I mean, if we are the one-stop shop for tragedies in the world,
Tragedy and protest.
tragedy and protest, I love it. I love it. Do we have any idea what pricing is on, like for an airbrush shirt? What are the peer people charging? Is that like $30?
Yeah, I think
Can we undercut them a little bit?
I think you go
Jesus,
30. You go
Jesus.
30 to start.
Sorry.
You go with a basic Gildan 100% cotton.
You got something against Fruit of the Loom? Those airbrushings, they're spectacular, yeah. But they got to provide their own people to be screaming, standing on cars. We don't want people getting arrested. We just provide the materials. I think you're right. I think we do have something here, gentlemen. Anyway, are you bummed? Did you hear the news about Star Wars? A Star Wars story? The
Oh,
spin-offs?
yeah, they put the story on hold, right?
That's the rumor.
Yeah.
That's the rumor that
It's
they're
got to
putting
be
those on
because
hold.
of the solo backlash or the lack of solo support, maybe.
As far as blockbusters go, it's not bad what it did. It's not bad. Its
I know.
4-week take is nothing to mock, but it's just not what they expect from
Yeah.
Star Wars. How do they can't honestly think
think-
that every time, I mean, dude, you can't put a movie out a year about this story and
Yeah.
think that people are going to go and spend billions of dollars like it's an original Star Wars. They couldn't possibly expect that, could they?
Especially when it's not the main storyline.
Totally.
Some people, I could easily see people, even into Star Wars, that would not see Solo. They would just be like, eh.
Solo at least has Chewie and Solo, but like going forward when they're going to focus on newer characters, it's like, dude, I'm out.
Well, I guess the next one that was planned was Obi-Wan. It's like, haven't we seen enough of Obi-Wan's background in the prequels?
Yes.
Do we really need another Obi-Wan movie?
And the fact is, was Obi-Wan that cool of a character that you would want to, like, a whole...
He was pretty badass in the prequels. Probably the best character in the prequels. But again, 3 movies of Obi-Wan in the prequels.
Yeah.
What else is there to tell?
Mm-hmm. I mean, what other character... I mean, I kind of like the idea they were kicking around a Boba Fett one, which is the most... I mean, the dumbest character to be killed off in the dumbest way.
Yeah.
It would be cool to look at Boba Fett's backstory, you know, and see that. That's cool, but apparently that's been shelved. There was someone working on that, and he's no longer working on it.
Well, it's funny. Like, I don't know. This thing I see here says it made about 400 to 450 million, cost 250 million to produce, and 150 million to promote. Did they need to pay 150 million to promote Solo?
Really? I know.
That's
wow.
crazy, dude.
Wow.
Because
Couldn't they really just say Solo's coming out a few times, and people would just be
Seriously.
Because every newspaper...
Do one Super Bowl commercial and leave it at that.
Yeah, there you go. Because every newspaper is going to want to interview stars. I mean, you're going to get the promotion. It's like Trump. Trump doesn't have to pay for promotion because everyone will cover it. Lucasfilm is putting out a Star Wars movie. Yeah, that
seems like a bit much. Could have
Yeah.
saved about 100 million there, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And so, yeah, they had filmmaker James Mangold was in early talks to write and direct this Boba Fett film, but they say that's not now. And yeah,
Just put the brakes on. Do them every few years, and I think people would just be more prone to see them.
Yeah, so they really want them, I guess, focusing on episode 9 too, and so they're turning all their attention to episode 9. And they've already
will
announced
do great,
a new.
by the way.
Oh,
yeah,
That will do what they
that
think
will.
they will do. It will do fucking huge numbers because it's part of the storyline.
They've officially announced development on a new Star Wars trilogy focused on new characters from The Last Jedi.
Ugh.
So what would that be? What was the last? Oh, that's the most recent one.
Yeah. So they're moving it forward beyond the Skywalker.
This is when, by the way, sometimes Jay,
lineage.
to me, when people look at, and I'm not trying to shoehorn this into the CEO thing, but this is sometimes where you get these people up top that just they don't see that maybe
They're out of touch with the common man.
Well, that maybe people are going to be like, dude, I'm not going to go see this every year for $20, and people aren't going to go see it 5 times or this or that. Like they can't see that maybe it'd be a smart idea to hold every other year for a movie like this, or not over.
Maybe you're looking at it wrong. Maybe the smart CEO did put on the brakes at the very right time.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well, I didn't
I
feel
think they
the
should have
spark
seen
to
it
go see
coming.
it.
I think
There's got to be a lot more people like me out there too that are just like, whatever. I'll watch it.
Check it out on HBO.
Yeah, I'll check it out when it comes out. DVD, on DVD. HBO.
I gotta be honest, I only saw it because I was looking for something to do with my dad, and I thought, oh, Solo, yeah, Star Wars. That'd be something. My dad and I don't like a lot of the same movies. My mom, same way. Like my mom's not gonna go see a lot of shit I'm gonna see. So I thought, oh, that's a one we could all go see.
Sure.
Well, speaking of big movies, Jurassic World this weekend, I guess, is coming out.
Nice.
Nope, not
Nah.
seeing that one. No desire. Zero.
Didn't Jurassic World already come out? Like I feel
Yeah,
like
this is
Jurassic World is 10 years old.
Yeah, this is like Jurassic World 2.
Oh.
You know what though?
So there was Jurassic Park 1 through 3, I think, and then it became Jurassic World. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure of the.
Is it Chris Pratt who's the
Yes.
star of that? Yeah. But they do say they're quick to point out the trilogy for Star Wars and Episode 9 are not on hold. Those are going along as they're not part of this halting thing. And they say it's very possible too that some guy, some storyteller or filmmaker will have a great idea and go to Lucasfilm and they'll do a one-off of something that's always a possibility. We'll see, but.
There was Jurassic Park 1, 2, 3, Jurassic World in 2015, and this is Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah.
I've only seen the first one, but I hear from people that like this. What do they call this? Not series, but like
Sure, series.
whatever. Yeah, I hear people. Franchise is what I was looking for.
Okay, there
But
you go.
I hear people that say it's good. I hear people really do
Yeah.
like this. But again, look, they've been spread out. 93, 97, 2001, 2015, 2018. If they started doing Jurassic Parks every fucking year.
I'm going to introduce the tiny girl to Jurassic Park next.
Are you?
Yeah.
That's a little scary.
No, the tiny girl
No?
doesn't. No, she doesn't mind that
I mean,
stuff.
doesn't he like bite people in half?
That's
and
okay.
Okay, she
That's
can.
I
okay.
couldn't
Tiny
handle
girl.
it.
Oh, when
I
the
was
thing's
scared.
walking into water does that
yeah.
vibration thing. Oh, on the
Little
on the
sweet
truck.
pie will be riveted.
Yes, she was gonna
Dude,
want
how
Glued to the
merchandise,
screen.
T-shirts. Very
How old-
cool.
I'm trying to think of how old I would have been. I think in '97. No, when Independence Day came out. I think that was in '97. I believe.
Okay, when were you born?
13. So I would have been 13. I saw Independence Day in the theaters up in the Thumb with my parents on like holiday weekend, and I was so scared of the alien scene that I had to like go underneath the chair and not watch it.
At 13?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a little old to be hiding on
like a sticky theater floor.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't care about
Actually,
that.
no. Now that I think about it,
Buttery.
it was in this really small theater up in like Port Austin or something. They had the bathroom to the. This is how small their theater was. It was one room, one show thing, and the bathroom was like in the back of the theater, but like not like you walked out the door.
It was in the theater.
Like in the theater, you would just walk
Like
to
that.
the door.
I hate when I have to go to the bathroom at a theater. It's always a mile-long walk to get to it.
And then actually, now that I think about it, that night too, we stayed at this. My grandparents used to have a cabin, and my dad told us some ghost story about how this was on Indian burial ground and
Oh
bullshit.
man,
Nice.
oh Mike.
I couldn't fucking sleep all night. I stayed up the entire night thinking that I heard dead Indians outside the
Sure.
window.
I did. Howling in the Wind. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But
That was
yeah,
Will Smith, right?
Yeah, Will Smith.
Yeah.
But I was a bad
Jurassic.
example.
I think it's the Jurassic Park ones. I think one day I was bored a couple of years ago on a weekend, and it was like, oh yeah, maybe I'll watch this. It's on demand, whatever it was. And I think that's the one. I don't want to be confusing with King Kong. I think it's when the dinosaurs broke free and are running, and the humans are trying to run away from them, and the CGI is so over the top, and it causes like an avalanche, and the shit's like bouncing, rolling past the humans, but none of them are getting hit by this shit, and it's all around them, and they're falling off this cliff, and I'm like, this is just retarded. This is so stupid. It's
Right.
just
We know
dumb.
you can do anything with computers now, so we're just not that impressed anymore. It used
Yeah.
to be cool when it was like, holy shit, how'd they do that, you know?
Yeah.
How did they do that with Star Wars, with the ships, and they're
Yeah.
shooting each other?
And those are such classic, cool filmmaking stories when you see behind the scenes,
Yeah.
and it's like, this guy grabbed a tin and a blah, blah, blah. and-
Revolutionary shit.
Yeah, he grabbed an old blender that he found.
They had
and
to
that's
build
the,
a new rig for the camera to go,
Yeah.
underneath it. And
Yeah.
That was creative and
It's like
crazy.
I took this rubber hose and banged it off this metal thing, and it went boing, and it gave you the sound. If you doubled it and then reversed it, it gave you the sound of, which is the
Lightsaber.
lightsabers. Shit like that. I love those things, but now it's like, I grabbed my mouse, and I just clicked this rock, and it just like started rolling down the hill. I could make it move any way it wanted. Nerd. Boring. Yeah.
That was
Anyway.
half the fun of watching those movies. Was you
Dude.
go, how are they doing this?
Yeah. And you look at old Star Treks and stuff, and it's like, that's pretty damn impressive that ship looks like it's flying across
Right.
the sky like that.
You
You
can
know,
barely see the string.
barely. Yeah, they hand models. They're making models of these ships.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Craftsmanship.
Absolutely. God, we sound old as fuck right now. You know that?
Maybe.
It was better when we were kids. That's all I know. Did you see the Phillie Phanatic? Shot
No.
some lady in the face. Yeah. Do you know
Fanatic?
the Phillie Phanatic? He's the big green guy with
the dumb horn nose. Or
yeah.
something.
Doesn't the
What
tongue
is
come out?
that? Really? Its tongue comes
I
out
think
that
he's got
nose
a.
thing?
I think he's got a pink like tongue that shoots out of his horn nose. Yeah, they say he's the most he's the most sued mascot in the majors. That's a pretty badass title to have. Yeah, I think he can go up to your face with that thing and then.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But they've got the guy that rides out on like the golf cart. He sits there and he's got this huge gun, like T-shirt gun, but his is a hot dog gun. He's able to fire dogs into the crowd.
Sweet.
They duct tape the dogs so they can get him to go. And so there's this old bird sitting like right behind home plate. He's just like clobbered her. Foof, smashes her in the fucking face. I can't find video of it.
Oh,
There's
man.
video of her giving an interview. She's got this huge black eye hematoma thing.
Wow.
But she's a
She's
fan.
got like that old lady skin that bruises easily.
Yeah. Maybe you can pull her up, E.
Veins really close to the surface, right?
She's kind of talking with her arms. She's like, yeah, it was this, and then she's like, yeah, I couldn't deflect it because I've got a bad shoulder. And I have shoulder. I'm like leaning on bad shoulder to make up for the fact that you couldn't.
Here looks like a news story on it. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. You can pull her up. Go about halfway through, E. Go about halfway through. 'cause
Hot dog injury.
Keep going like halfway through, E. Like the middle of it.
Yeah.
Squarely between
Call it a
videos posted
hematoma.
by Major League Baseball.
Look at that cannon.
Keep
That's
in
sweet,
mind
man.
Isn't that
Phanatic's
dope?
hot
Yeah.
dogs are wrapped in duct tape, and one
Wrapped in
landed
duct
squarely
tape.
between McVeigh's eyes.
Ah!
And then next thing I know,
That must have been
he
so
shoot
funny
it
to
up-
see.
He
Oh,
shot it
hell
in
yeah.
our direction. And
Knocked her glasses off her
bam,
face.
It like hit me like a ton of bricks. My glasses flew.
She says she couldn't catch or swat it away because she has a shoulder injury that
I don't buy
requires
that.
surgery in the coming days. That night, she ended up in the
Oh,
emergency
man.
room to make sure she didn't suffer a concussion.
Nothing's broken. thank
Concussed
God.
by a flying hot
Does
dog.
look like she has a broken nose, possibly. You know.
Yeah.
It's sore. It's very
I'd like to see if
sore.
that nose is
Kathy
bulbous
McVeigh
before
loves
the
Phillies
hot
and
dog.
doesn't plan to take legal action, but she
Legal
does have
action?
a message for fans.
Why do they have to talk like that?
I
Dude,
don't
you guys,
know.
I was just gonna say, you guys make fun of like my spec smokes, quote unquote. That's all. And like the notion that you have to do this.
Listen to the guy in the beginning. Go to the beginning of the thing when the anchor's on there. Listen to this dude's voice.
Strange story involving the. We're going to begin here at 4:30 with a strange story involving the Fanatics, a hot dog, and a head injury. On
Look at him,
Monday, the
too.
Green
What an
mascot
asshole.
shot a
Every
free
hair
heel
is
high into the
perfectly
stands
coiffed.
with his
Oh.
iconic cannon, hitting a Montgomery County woman square in the
Hitting?
face. Here's a sentence I never thought I'd say, but if you thought a bun and a sausage couldn't really hurt anyone, frankly, think again.
Frankly, he's
Oh,
a
what an
ballpark-
asshole!
Is he-
Frankly.
What an asshole!
Was he trying to shoehorn Frank, like ballpark Frank in there? Is that what he said, Frank?
Yeah.
Of course, Mike.
Ugh.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah, Brian. Back to you, Brian.
Sarah Bloomquist.
Sarah Bloomquist, reporting live from Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania. Back to you, Brian.
She got hit right in the face.
Bad enough she got sent to the emergency.
Bad
Now
enough.
she has a message for other Phillies fans.
Oh, does she?
Everyone always has a message. When they do this shit like this, it's always someone has a message for that blank.
And buy a hot dog.
It just came out of nowhere.
I wonder if their reporter talks like that at home. You know?
Hard,
I
yeah.
doubt it.
Jenny, I want you to vacuum the living room.
No, they don't.
That'd be
You
a
know
great
why?
sketch bit.
Dude, remember the guy that got a bee in his mouth or got stung, the black guy, and then turned?
Oh yeah, motherfucker!
Goddamn motherfucking piece
Yeah,
of shit!
yes.
Like, he went from hi reporting live. Goddamn motherfucker!
That would be a great sketch, wouldn't it? Like a Saturday Night
It would
Live
be a
where
great-
news people
yeah.
go home.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Can you please wash the dishes?"
Yes, I'm gonna get on that right away, dear. Back to you in the kitchen.
That'd be awesome. I think it'd be a good bit, man.
Yeah. What was it? Did he get stuck? Did it go in his mouth?
I
I
think
think
so.
it flew in his mouth. A bee.
Shoot, I
Sorry,
don't know
man.
if this is tested or not because I just.
Yeah, this guy was awesome.
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus!
Thursday.
Here he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
What really happened on that Thursday here at Augusta High School that led to Chris Wood's death? The fuck is that? Shit! I'm dying in this fucking country ass fucked up town.
He's a real
Right
person.
in my mouth. The fuck? I can't see pollen. Let's get the fuck out this country, motherfucker. I
That's
can't
awesome.
see me.
Now back to you,
now back to
Stan.
Take two. Go back.
Oh,
I've got to see his
I know.
intro one more time before he goes ghetto. What really happened?
What really happened on that Thursday here at Augusta High School that led to Chris Wood's death? The fuck is that? I'm dying in this fucking country ass fucked up town. Shit flying in my mouth. Oh fuck, I can't see pollen. Let's get the fuck out this country, motherfucker. I can't see me.
Shit. Dude, that's
Awesome, man.
awesome. So I assume more of them are like
Yes.
that. You get them off camera. But God, who is the guy that decided every guy needs to sound like this? You need to enunciate.
WNBC.
Like that was taught to people,
Brutal.
and then it's just sheep. Well, here's Bill in Philadelphia. Do you want to do what Bill's doing down in Philadelphia? Bill Simmons reporting live. Ugh, so bad, so bad.
So the lady's not suing. The
She's
one
not
hit by the
suing,
dog.
no.
She just wants to send a message to others. Make
So
sure
what?
they
Pay
know.
attention at the game.
Yeah, she said I was aware of balls flying into the crowd and taking my face out, but wrapped hot dogs, she just didn't see that coming. And so, frankly, she would like you to pay attention.
If
Did
you're
you ever
aware of
think
the
you'd say that
balls,
sentence, Mike?
if you're aware of the
Yeah.
balls, shouldn't you be aware of the wiener too?
Great point. Great point. I bet you wish you were in Chuck and Dave's studio right now. that was worthy
Oh,
of
dude.
up, falling out of your chair laughter. But I'm sorry, this room's just not going to give that to
I
you.
thought it was funny, but you're right.
It was funny. It was
I'm not
clever.
gonna have an aneurysm over
No,
it or something.
I actually pulled
aneurysm-y.
back. I actually pulled back. I was like, no, I'm not. I don't think I'm going to audibly react to this at all.
It was low hanging to say the least.
Yeah, it was. They are giving her free tickets to an upcoming game when she recovers.
Nice.
And, yeah.
Are they even doing good? I mean, honestly, some of these times,
No
like
idea. Phillies.
for like a free ticket to a game, you could probably freaking just go up that
Yeah,
day and
$8
buy
Yeah,
it.
but dude, who doesn't want to go see Mike Schmidt play? I mean, the guy's fucking sweet. You know, you go out there. It's awesome.
At the hot corner.
That mustache on the hot corner. Did you see Dutch Rennert died the other day?
Dutch Rennert. I know this name.
Do you?
Give me a hint. Shit.
Well, there's not a hint.
All right, just give me the story.
Passed away at the age of 88. Lawrence Dutch Rennert, National League umpire.
Yeah.
From 1974 to 92.
See, there was a hint. You just didn't give the hint that was gonna.
I was thinking like umpire. You would. That's a bad hint. I couldn't say strikeout call. Like he's the guy famous for the big strikeout call, and listeners that are our age.
Quarter zone shots, yet he hit 47 home runs.
2-2. But Dutch can really do his number now. I mean, there's
a couple of quarters.
So there's a couple videos. You got another one there?
Oh shit! No, I just got this one. One second.
They believe this was the inspiration for the Naked Gun, Leslie Nielsen.
Oh, really?
As the
Okay.
remember that scene,
Absolutely.
dude, which had me in tears when I watched that. We've got a clip of Leslie Nielsen doing it, where he just gets amped up when the crowd starts cheering for him.
Yeah, there was a period where umps were kind of making themselves part of the game.
Yeah.
Come on, Leslie, make the call.
Strike.
Strike.
Immediately he gets cocky. Yeah. Confidence. Yeah. He's hot shit now. It's such a great scene.
Dancing around, bowing,
dancing for the crowd. Doesn't he call strike three before the ball's halfway there?
Yeah, I think so. If I haven't seen it in a while.
He's doing the moonwalk.
We're doing the moonwalk. I love that move. That's great. So yeah, Rennert said he credits a couple other umps. Maybe find some other video of him. There's a bunch out there. Credits Al Barlick and August Donatelli with his style, because I guess those guys talked to him, before a game, and they were like, "You got to do something a little bit more colorful, man. You're boring out there. You're boring." So he says, "I actually admitted, like, I think I got a little carried away. To be honest with you, He said, but it wasn't an act. It came natural to him.
As long as he's calling them right, I have no problem.
How good this one is or not, but it looks like.
Is that him?
Got him. Outside cut.
Oh, never mind. I didn't know what he looked like, so I thought maybe this was him.
His name helps more than like describing.
I know, but that's what it says in YouTube.
Umpire wearing black.
Yep.
Calling strikes.
Dude, this is an old video, but I wanted to show you anyways, Jay, just because I feel like, your love of bears is so well known.
Yeah, I've seen this guy.
Have you
hit her and her poops in the fountain?
Nope, not that one.
See those?
There's a new one, yeah, in someone's backyard, I think.
Bears
in the
hanging
pool.
out, yeah, California backyard.
Yeah, 3 of them. No, this is a couple years old. Ogden, El Presidente actually posted this in one of our fan sites. And
are we sure this isn't a man in a bear suit?
I can't say for certain, but he's really trying to rip that guy's gate off there. And there's a metal bar across the top, and he finally gets that off, and it kicks back. You've seen that where, it snaps and then pops.
Sure.
And hits him in the nuts. And then he's trying to walk it off. And so the video is posted as instant karma. Bear gets hit in the nuts for messing with my water tank.
Here he is. He's messing with the gate.
Yeah, get this gate out of here and get into that
Move
water.
out of the way, gate.
Yeah, get out of the way, gate.
I'm not so sure that's not a man in a bear suit.
I'm
Look
not
at the
either.
hips.
Yeah. Look at him.
I guess-
Itch on my back.
Yeah.
See, he's biting the metal thing.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna bite this thing off and then
Look at him go. Look at him go.
Oh shit.
Got
Okay.
whacked.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Oh boy. That stings.
He's laying down.
Oh, that smarts. Oh boy. Oh, right in my nards. Took that one right in the jewels. Oh boy.
God, I've never thought about that. That animals, it hurts animals too, kicking them in the balls.
I guess. Look at him. He's really struggling. Fuck, man, that hurt. Oh, I hope no one saw that. Oh, that's
yeah, why would it
embarrassing.
just be humans that it hurts? Why would it?
I don't know.
Animals.
I don't know.
Here comes Whip.
Wow! Fuck no! Oh god! Oh god! Yep. Whoa! Whoa! Took that right in the nards. Yep, that's bad. Boy, oh boy, that smarts. Oh boy. You never saw it coming either, you know? Poor guy. Poor little guy. Oh man, this is really painful. Really painful. Hey, let's take a quick time out, Jay. I want to check on the guys up there working. But we've got a Ferrari that's about to be sold. Sounds like it's going to go for quite a bit of money.
Finally selling that one over on Eaton Street in
No.
Birmingham? Or?
Nope.
Yellow?
Is that still? I think it's still there.
According to, I don't know, my last correspondence from the listener was maybe 6 months ago.
And it was still
I
there.
think he took a picture of it. And
Yeah.
It's a yellow Ferrari just parked on the street, Eaton Street in Birmingham.
Yeah. I think the city officials are just like, if it was a Yugo, this would have been gone 10 years ago, but it's a fucking Ferrari.
There's all these legends about, like, some friend of 50 Cent used to smuggle drugs in the front quarter panel or
Really?
some shit. Yeah.
Dude.
I've had several correspondees concerning that.
You know what's funny? If that car, like, overnight disappeared, like, the community would be...
It'd be weird, right?
It would be
You're
a
used to
news
seeing
story.
This, yeah, you're used to seeing this yellow thing in the corner of your eye.
It's like, holy shit, for the first time. How long's it been there?
I think people have been saying, like, for at least 2 years or something.
That's hilarious. Hilarious. Anyway, no, it's not that one on Eaton Street. It is a different one, but you won't believe the price tag they're talking about. So we'll get to that story much more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
Alrighty, welcome back to the show. Almost forgot. It's History Day, Jay. You ready to get your learn on?
Nice.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're in the 20th century at least. We'll see.
I doubt it. Smart money is not on the 20th century, but...
Close to it.
We'll see. It's close to the 20th century, you say?
Close to it.
Okay.
Hey everybody, to celebrate summer, Zott Ford is continuing their zero due sign and drive event while supplies last. Lease a new 18 Ford Fusion as low as $133 a month with zero cash due at signing. If SUVs are more your flavor, lease a new 18 Ford Escape as low as $155 a month, also zero cash due. Surf their healthy deals in their massive inventory at dealsinthed.com.
All right, Jesus, what century are we in?
I guess the 19th then, right? 1893 to be exact, I suppose, of the year.
Big games going on this weekend, Jay, you're looking forward to? Or anything,
What do we got, E?
The first Ferris wheel premiered on this date,
all right.
1893, in the Chicago World. It was a World's Fair. Technically, I guess it was called a World's Fair, although really it was a celebration of Columbus Day.
Where in Chicago?
Yeah, in Chicago.
Isn't that right across the street from the hotel that the Saw guy had?
Yeah.
The Chicago World's Fair.
Sure.
Yeah.
Here's an image of it, I guess.
Dude, how many blowjobs and handjobs have been had in that thing over the years, you know?
Well, it only lasted in Chicago for a few years, and then it only lasted on the site for a few years. Then it moved inward a little bit, and then eventually moved to St. Louis for their World's Fair.
Dude, how big are those gondolas on that thing? That looks massive, doesn't it?
Very big. It was
huge.
Fit like 10 people?
It was 200. Oh, those things. Yeah, those things could fit actually 60 people.
Wait, what? Each one of those could fit 60?
They had 36 cars, each fitted with 40 revolving chairs, able to accommodate up to 60 people. Here, I'll show.
Oh, that wouldn't have been good for BJ's and handjobs. And holy shit, those are like mini houses.
Yeah.
That thing is
That's
huge.
massive, man.
That is humongous, is what that is.
So that's the first Ferris wheel, and they went bigly.
It was
on the first try. Bigly.
What did someone finally go, you know what, this is ridiculous. Why don't we just
need not do that?
Yeah,
we could have a four-person and have just as much fun.
Just hear me
just
out,
as
guys.
many hand jobs and blow jobs.
Just hear me out, guys. We've got so many empty cars on this thing. It's just waste. Hear me out. What if we just put a two-seater in there? I like the way Bill's thinking. Dude,
it's enormous.
This could accommodate
that's
up
quite
to 20
an engineering feat, honestly.
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
In the 1890s? Yeah.
At the time, it was considered like the biggest, like most impressive engineering feat ever. What had happened was
you look at the bottom one there. That's empty. You know,
I think they're getting out, or
they could be getting out or on.
Yeah.
What had happened was in 1889, Paris had kind of a World's Fair, I guess, as it were, and the Eiffel Tower was made. Ooh. And that was so impressive that when Chicago got its turn, they're like, we need to outdo the Eiffel Tower.
We're going to make a spinny thing.
So we're going to do... Well, they didn't know what they were going to make.
It's funny how competitive we just our nature. Gotta outdo them sons of bitches. No, they think they have the tallest building in the world.
Well,
think again.
Well, yeah.
They failed. Guess what's still standing? The Eiffel Tower and all its iconic glory.
Well, in 1893, the news of the exhibition... What happened was, like I said, they had the thing in 1889 in Paris. They said, we need something. And so the guy who actually created it...
the Wheel family.
George Washington Gale Ferris Jr.
Yeah.
Ferris, nice.
But does have Ferris in his name. He was intrigued by it because they put out a thing to all engineers around the country. Hey, this is coming. We want to do something. And he came up to them with this idea of a wheel, the Ferris wheel, and
Stays
no one thought
in one spot.
Nobody thought it would work. Everyone thought it would not be able to be done or be done safely.
Had the hamster wheel been invented yet?
I don't know. And
a good starting point for an idea.
If you look, way back in history, there are some. Not real evidence that it was existed before, but there's some evidence that possibly there was a type of Ferris wheel, even back
like
to
the Egyptians, the aliens, whatever.
Even back to the Ottoman Turks or something.
So why are we talking about Ferris's wheel?
Because it was not seen. There's no real proof that it was. There's actually no actual proof that they were. They're just kind of like thoughts that it looks like maybe some of these had been done. This was by far the biggest, and by far will put it on the map. So the Ferris wheel. It cost about $400,000 to make. Although the thing is, the reason he was able to do it was because they weren't even sure if it would be safe. He came back with them with a plan kind of saying, yes, this could happen. And he happened to raise the $400,000 with local businesses to pay for it.
Boy,
so they're
that's
like,
a
okay.
lot of money in that time. What's the equivalent
I
today?
don't know.
E?
I actually didn't look at that.
Oh,
For some
easy.
reason. I know. I forgot.
You impressed
that
us so much the last couple weeks by having that information
I
available.
know. I don't. For some reason, I didn't look that up. This
If you're
time.
in the 1890s and you throw a number out there, we're going to ask every single time.
Remember, he was champing at the bit last time to give us that figure. He's
I
like,
know.
well,
dude, he
funny
spit
you
it
should
out
ask.
before
Just to
you
switch
finish
it
the
up, there's
question.
I know.
Look at it,
I
under
apologize.
construction.
But just to switch up the picture.
It's
if
kind
you're
of like
watching.
the Uniroyal tire.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, was a Ferris wheel, righty?
Yeah, I guess
true?
it was. I've never looked at. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you actually could at one point ride that at a fair or something. So it cost 50 cents to ride it back in the day.
Whoa.
Which now that I did look into. So I don't know why I didn't look into the 400,000.
Yeah, what's
what's
that?
the
That's
cash
gotta be a lot.
equivalent?
But about $11.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Wow.
10, but
And it's funny. At the time, they said
$11
it was 50
Dude.
cents to ride. They said at the time the average day, like money a person made in a day, was $1. $5
Holy
a
shit.
week.
So only the rich could ride the badass new Ferris's wheel.
I mean, it's at the World's Fair, of course.
So you probably had to pay to get into the fair.
Right.
You got to get those little tickets so you can get drinks and rides and stuff, and then you got to pay $11 on top of it. Although Cedar Point does that too. Remember that one we were looking at, Jay, where it like launches you into the sky,
Oh,
like
yeah.
a giant
things there
bungee?
that you have to
Yeah,
pay
you
extra
pay
It was
more.
like $25. It's like, dude,
then they want you to get the video too because they put the video camera
yeah.
right
You
in
know
your
what?
face.
Of you freaking out?
I meant
Dude, the Uniroyal giant tire was created by the Uniroyal Tire Company for the 1964 New York World's Fair, where it functioned as a Ferris wheel.
I'm trying to picture, like, so are you sitting inside the tire then? Or is it like on the...
What was it called? Was it called in the...
Yeah, it goes around
Oh, wow.
outside of the tire there.
I wonder how they brought that to Detroit.
Pieces.
Yeah, probably broke it down.
This
rolled it. I don't know.
I was thinking you probably could roll it down the street, You'd want some trucks alongside
New
of
York.
it. You want trucks on either side of it with flashing lights so people know to
Couple
go around.
ropes in front, guys pulling it.
Yep, two of those big hulking guys pulling it with their teeth. Is that the ride? If you had to pick one
Couple
ride,
yaks. What the fuck?
horses can pull stuff with as long as you got wheels on the back. They're used to it. If you had to guess, would you say of all the rides in the world that have gotten the most blowjobs and handjobs on them, do you think the Ferris's wheel is number one?
It has to be, unless it's like some one of those ones that you're in a big swan and you go down the river into the dark. What are they?
Does that count as a ride though?
I think those were
Where
big
they have, like-
back in old time carnivals.
Oh yeah,
They
like
have,
the
like, fake
love
people
tunnel or
shooting at
whatever.
It was those are always big on cartoons.
Yeah, I don't know
Like
if it
the
was a
Tunnel of
real
Love.
thing, but I
Yeah,
always
yeah,
saw them in
yeah.
TV
Yeah.
shows.
I think there's rides like
Do you
that.
float those, or does someone like? It's not like what are the ones in like France and stuff where they got some guy with a big
Gondolas?
stick, the gondolas, yeah.
No, I have to believe Ferris's wheel is the absolutely
Yeah,
the source of the most hand jobs and blowjobs at fairs.
yeah. I mean, it's got to be.
Unless you just count like behind the tent as
No, that's not a
No.
ride though. As
Okay,
far as
it's
like a
gotta be a
roller
ride.
coaster,
Yeah.
the teacups.
yes, definitely Ferris's wheel.
Ferris's wheel has to be number one. I wonder who the genius was, because Ferris never saw that as part of his kid's toy. This fun event at the fair.
Well, key in that was breaking it down from a 30-seat gondola
Yeah.
to a 4-person or 2-person, whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Maybe does it count as a ride? Those ones that take you from one end of Cedar Point to the other,
Yes.
or from at Disney
cable
World.
car
the
thing.
sky.
Yeah, the sky.
Something I don't know.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Maybe, but those aren't real prevalent. Like Ferris wheels are at every freaking fair in small town.
I wonder who the first guy. I'd love to know who the first guy that had the balls to whip his dick out.
I don't know. Probably the 10th guy in line, obviously.
You're probably right.
It's not like,
Oh, going around.
fucking Einstein thought of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, honey.
You're alone in a car, probably had a couple drinks.
Honey, this is going to sound crazy, but
Hot summer night.
Stay with me here. I think. Go ahead, E. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
it's
your
all right.
presentation.
I don't care. If you're looking, this thing I'm showing here is the 71-ton wheel, 45-foot that it rotated on, which at the time was the world's largest Howell forging.
Shit, man.
So
everything's so fucking heavy and big, man.
Yeah.
Until Ferris could boil this down to a usable product around
Yeah.
the country,
It's impractical.
very impractical, very limited.
How many pounds is that, E? You got
I actually said 71 ton. I don't know what
I know
2,000 times 70 times 2 is 140, 142,000 pounds, I guess. I don't know.
Look at this go. He's doubling it.
Yeah. Good job, E.
So let me think here. Oh, this. So I will say a few interesting things.
I don't think he's right. His math is Right.
2,000 pounds is a ton. So I don't know. I don't even care.
It's okay.
So,
Doesn't matter. Just trying to trick you out.
So he raised the money for this, and then fucking humans, of course, you know, he raised the money for it. They say that it made, just during the World's Fair, not even after that, but $750,000 profit, and he had to go to court to try to get money from them. They never really gave him the money. It said he went for 2 years. I couldn't find out what really happened there.
Ferris got screwed on the whole deal.
We're hanging here. We don't know if Ferris actually got his money.
It doesn't seem like it. It just says I just looked up that it said it went to litigation. And
so what happened to the original?
It went, like as I said, it went to inward into Chicago for a little bit. Was sold. Then it was sold.
I mean, what we see on Navy Pier today, it's not the original, right?
No, it is not. It's actually much shorter too. The original one was 264 feet. I think the one
friggin' huge.
I think the one. By the way, they're taking that down on the one on Navy Pier. I don't know when exactly, but it's coming down for some reason.
They should take the one down in London. Have you seen the London Eye?
It's huge, isn't it?
So garish, man.
Yeah,
yeah. It's weird to
it's
have
kind of
this.
cool though. It's a giant landmark. You see it. I mean, it dominates the city.
Dude, I don't know. I see a Ferris wheel and I just think, ugh.
Yeah. But
honestly,
it is a good opportunity for a handy or a blowy. So you can't discount it. Do you have a picture? You have an image there of the eye?
It's weird to think that is, in London.
Yeah.
Well, they have one in Vegas. I mean, they have one in Vegas too.
Yeah, but that's Vegas.
Yeah,
that's where they belong.
Okay.
Garish belongs in Vegas.
So when you ask where it was, it ended up at the St. Louis World's Fair.
Oh, interesting.
And then it was torn down after that and just done.
Parts.
Yeah, just sold.
Well, it seems like it would cost you triple to break that thing down and move it to St.
Really
Louis
heavy.
than it would just building a new one in St. Louis.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at this thing.
Girders on that thing.
Yeah.
It's like a building
dismantled for a
structure.
second
It's
time.
like they built a fucking high-rise.
It was dismantled for a second time and transported by rail to St. Louis for the 1904 World's Fair, where it earned its owners $215,000.
And those are small homes that they are lifting.
Yeah.
Up. And how many
It's
of
a
those were
trailer.
there? 60, did you say?
Yeah, I think so.
My God, man.
Those are trailer homes.
Yeah. Like, I could live in that.
You know what's funny?
I could too. I'd need some shades.
Yeah, you'd need some drapes at least.
This is how things different are. Its inaugural run that it had before was even open to open and just make sure that it would even go round and round. They didn't even have the cars on it yet. Dudes that worked on it just went and sat on like the pole, and they rode it around one time and they said, "Yep, it works." And then they put on the cars and shit. But guys just got
those
on
guys that do those high-rise buildings and shit. Like those famous pictures of seeing them
New York City,
eating
lunch
out of a mailbox, sitting. Dude, those make me queasy just looking at those pictures.
And Isis, I know you told us this, but how tall is it to its highest point?
264 feet. So it did not get to the Eiffel Tower height or whatever, but the impressiveness was
the
that
Eiffel Tower spin. I didn't think so.
Exactly. I will say, as a sad note, though, it did not end well for Mr.
Ferris's wheel.
Ferris's wheel.
Oh no, an unfortunate, untimely death.
No, but it's just this is what's unfortunate about it.
Tell me it came off his hinges and rolled down the street and crushed a bunch of people in cars.
The unfortunate part was he died of typhoid fever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Popular fever back then.
And his ashes remained in a Pittsburgh crematorium for over a year, waiting for someone to take possession of them.
Oh,
he didn't have anybody that cared.
Yeah.
He died in debt, didn't he? Nobody wanted to be near that guy.
Well, Ferris was a hard worker. He focused on his career, not his family, and in the end, it caught up with him. It's too bad. Too bad.
He gave us the wheel.
He gave us the big wheel.
Thank you, Mr. Ferris.
Thank you. I've gotten plenty of hand job and blow job in your famous wheel, Ferris. I appreciate the help. Thank you.
Hey, now's the time to contact Realtor Doug Steinert. It's summer. Time to list your current home and to go looking for that dream home. Curbside appeal is at its peak, and real estate is indeed moving. So contact Douglas today at 248-765-1781. He and the team at Century 21 Campbell will work to get you the absolute best deal on the sale and or purchase of your home. Doug's the man. He's easy to work with and a great friend of the show. Call him today, 248-765-1781.
You don't know if Muhammad Ali's family reached out to Douglas.
No, I saw he's trying to move his Michigan estate, though, right?
Yeah, like $2.9 million, I think.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yep.
Where is that? I didn't click on it.
I think it's north, like mid-Michigan somewhere.
Really? That's kind of random.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali has this mid-Michigan estate.
Farm or something or some shit, but yeah. I mean, it's beautiful. You look at it, it's like, holy shit.
It's got a boxing ring and a statue of him and everything.
It's a big statue of him. Can you imagine? Like, I build my dream home and there's a big statue of me standing there at 12 feet tall. Weird. Yeah, it is weird. But, yeah, if you've got a couple extra million floating around and you're looking for a place in mid-Michigan, it's not bad. It's got a nice pool and everything. Look at that.
Yeah,
What was that in your voice? What was that?
I kind of
My voice does that. You make fun of me.
Val Kilmer for a second.
Yeah.
I expected when I saw this headline, I expected some rundown piece of shit place. Didn't you?
Really?
Yeah. Just like it's fucking Muhammad Ali's estate. He let it go mid-Michigan. Like,
Yeah. No, they didn't.
No,
They did not let it
really
go at all.
good.
Yeah. It's all right.
What was this
So
tie to
I'm just trying to show
Michigan?
you where
Berrien Springs.
It's more East Coast, mid-East Coast.
kind of, yeah. And the maps being annoying, Google Maps
West
being annoying like
Coast,
that, but you can see it's kind of there's where South Bend is, and
I'd go West Coast.
I would say
one of
West
these
Coast, yeah.
days.
Southwest, very southwest.
we're
That's where it is.
east.
Yeah, if you're looking for a house in mid-Michigan, you don't want Ali's house at all.
I didn't know he had a Michigan tie. Did you know that?
Yeah, yeah.
Was he born in Michigan? Or
I don't.
am I ignorant? Or
No, I don't
Cassius
remember what
Clay?
it was. Just because Amy was in the boxing world, so I knew Ali was here. But I don't. There is a tie, but I can't remember what it is. Can't remember what it is. Before we get to some email, I mentioned before the break the Ferrari.
Yeah.
That's going up for auction.
He was born in Louisville, by the way.
Louisville.
So
maybe he just loves Michigan.
Maybe
he loves the change of season.
Maybe
he loves the fact that there's not many deadly animals that are going to kill you around here. We've got very few tornadoes and earthquakes don't exist here. I mean, it's very
Michigan
safe.
was recently voted the favorite shaped state out of all states.
Really?
I mean,
How
could it not be? Right?
Well, you could make a case for
what?
Florida looking like a dick. You know, people have done that. But I agree.
Dude,
Michigan
it's
is
awesome.
Yeah. How cool is it when people are like, where do you live? And it's like, yeah, right here.
Yeah.
You can just pull out your hand. I mean, it's
got a peninsula and everything.
As long as you've got all your, as long as
two
you,
peninsulas in a state.
As long as you've got all your fingers, you can
peninsulae.
Oh, yeah.
Peninsulae.
Two peninsulae. You're right.
Yeah, it's a great state.
It's the best, dude. It's the best.
Yep, that's where we live. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's all right. 1962 Ferrari.
Yeah.
250 GTO.
Is this a barn find?
No, it's not a barn find. But these are the ones probably featured in the movie that we watched, the Corolla one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like
the Le Mans.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
24-hour war. That was a cool movie, by the way.
Yeah, it was. I know that Ferrari dominated for a long time, and it was probably with these Ferraris that did it. But they say this is going to blow away the record for most expensive car. Experts have estimated it will sell for around $45 million.
Woo!
$45 million. When it appears that the world's biggest collectible car sale in California in August would overtake the record of another Ferrari 250 GTO, which sold for $38.1 million. However, it might just be the steal of the year. The estimates from the experts say that this car will be worth over $100 million within 5 years.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Only 36 of these were made, I guess.
Yeah, it's the holy grail of collectible cars. So
was this won a particular series of races? I assume this was the winning car.
They all
first
won.
used as test car by American racing legend Phil Hill. The red
Mr.
coupe
Hill,
went on to
sure.
win the Italian GT Championship in 1962. Several other events before transitioning to the historic racing circuit, where it has competed ever since.
They say this thing raced a lot too. It never crashed, never hit a wall. So original parts on these cars, 36 made originally, all 36 still in existence today. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Seeing as they raced as much as they did and won these checkered flags. So they say it's this particular one that's going on sale is the third of the 36 that were made. And
I guess it's not surprising because it was on the racing circuit. Like the company had an incentive to keep them, right? Whereas
Sure.
if they were just sold to the public, you know, one of them went off a cliff or something.
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
them,
yeah.
You know, burned in a barn.
Sure. But yeah, there was, they say, so this is the most expensive car sold at auction, but they say there was a just like person-to-person sale to an American businessman, and that's believed to have been sold for $70 million. So
who was it? Do
I
we
don't
know.
I don't know. It just says an American businessman. So $70 million. It's chassis number 3413. GT is the third one, and they're road legal, so you can take them out. And I guess they were like 3.0 liter V12s and hit 0 to 60 in like 6.1 seconds. And
if you want to take some miles off them, just put them in reverse. Put them up on blocks. Throw it in reverse.
Does that work?
Just
I've
let
heard
it
that
run.
works. Just floor it. Can you put a brick down? You got to be careful.
Do not kick the bricks down, though.
Yeah. Send that car. It'll hit the ground and just shoot right through the back of your wherever you're doing that at. You know. So yeah, 300 victories worldwide during their heyday.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Let's reroute some Kickstarter funds.
I know, right? Well, dude, if it's going to go up to over $100 million in 5 years, we're sitting on a winning lotto
Sounds
ticket.
like a pretty good investment to me.
Do you think with all of our listeners, we could all chip in and then at least get in the run. At least get in the Sotheby's.
At least get E inside the building, you know, with a paddle.
He needs a paddle.
Get a paddle in E's hand.
What do I
That's
have?
all- that's all we
One
need.
vote though. It's like, okay, 50 million. Yes.
Yep.
51.
Nope.
I'm out.
50 million, $1. We're out.
Yep.
Can't
Sorry.
do it.
I got $36.2 million. Take it or leave it.
Just
Dick
go home.
licker.
Just walk
He's
out.
there. It's a black tie event. He's got his fucking T-shirt tuxedo on with his paddle.
Everybody, please use our affiliate links. You'll see our Amazon and Groupon links above the fold at DetroitCast.com. Click on them. Shop away. Doesn't cost any more. The key is that you click through our links, of course, so that we get credit for it. Also, make sure you're shopping MyPillow.com for all your betting-related needs. Goose Down ruined America.
Yes, worst product ever.
Use TDC code. That's the key for the very best discount. So in the code box, you put TDC, and it'll give you a great discount, and it absolutely helps out the show bigly. Bigly.
Have you seen the video, Jay, of Robert Plant watching?
Warmth actually saved my life because I passed out in the snow.
Passed out in the snow. Did you see Robert Plant watching the video of the 8-year-old girl playing Good Times, Bad Times?
No, I haven't.
Want to see it really quick?
Sure.
We'll get some email. This video kills me. I can't stop watching. Like
I know, she's
how
awesome.
good this fucking little girl is.
I just love her.
Listen to that.
Love the look on her face and everything.
Yeah.
His little toe can barely touch the pedal.
Her kick drum there.
The work with that foot is incredible, dude.
She really has it down too, hey?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's amazed.
Can you believe she can play like that? What do you think it was that made? I mean, she's really nailing some really complicated music there. Hey, that's not easy to do.
No.
Look at her face.
No.
I know.
And the thing is,
So happy.
it's like falling off a log for her.
Yeah. I love when you can see her smile at the music that she's playing.
Yeah.
You know?
That's great, isn't it? Really? Well, I know where she can get a good job. She'd have to bring some sort of teachers with her and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like the mom and dad.
Yeah.
Be
That's
hilarious.
amazing,
he goes on
isn't it,
tour
really?
with her.
Yeah.
But what does it say to
Awesome.
you that she's 8 years old in Japan and the sense of joy over her face? You can't fake that kind of thing.
No,
You know,
you
she
can't
still loves Led Zeppelin. She still loves.
But that's a
your
technically
music.
really
Oh, yeah.
difficult thing to
Yeah,
do.
yeah. What do you think Bonzo would say? What would John Bonham say if he saw that video?
I think he'd be amazed. I think he'd be so chuffed. It's great.
I think he'd also
Fuck,
say
8-year-olds can play my shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I need to step up my
Hard to do with
game.
Rubber band, man, for sure, yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Such a great video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. 8-year-old girl plays Good Times, Bad Times. It is worth the watch.
She's
and
a
watch the
poops.
whole thing.
She's just a tiny girl.
Yeah, just a wee wisp of a girl.
And her little foot just barely touching the foot pedal, but hammering it every time.
Dude, she's killing it. Listen to the intricate shit she's doing with her feet, too. Pay attention to that. There's subtle things in there that is like, okay, no, that 8-year-old did not just do that.
Right.
Crazy. And then stay till the end because the music stops and she does a little solo and then she starts giggling like crazy. All right, what do we got for email?
If you want to write into the show, send us your thoughts to email@DetroitCast.com, similar to what Sean did. Sean writes in concerning the flooding in Houghton. Are you aware of this?
Yeah.
Hi, Jay. Sorry if you've already covered this, but I haven't heard you mention anything about the flooding and devastation up in Houghton last weekend. Just figured I'd give you the heads up in case it didn't come across your radar. There was major flooding, sinkholes, road collapsing, etc. And, man, people were sending me this stuff. Hope this isn't the parade route, Mike.
Yeah.
But it looks pretty significant.
How big is Houghton?
I've never seen roads just do this. It's like, it's just...
It looks like a tank went through and just tore up the fucking... I mean, that is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, are we building them wrong up there? Or what's going on?
I don't know. I mean, we've got the key to the city. We should know this type of stuff, what's going on.
Well, we can demand
our-
answers.
Yeah.
Is that that looks like the sidewalk you walked up to the
Actually, it
building,
could be, yeah.
the city
Now
hall.
that I'm looking at it, yeah.
My God.
Is
the
that just a
devastation.
raging river going through that? I mean...
It's crazy, dude.
It is.
That is insane. I wouldn't think a road could... I've
Civil
never seen a
engineers
road
out
do
there.
that. Seriously.
Yeah. What has to happen for that type of erosion to happen in a weekend? It's
I mean, look how deep that is, too. I mean, that
yeah.
those are deep walls. You could swim in that. Oh, our poor town. It's going to take forever to recover.
Oh,
Dude.
all the sand.
Yep, everything caved
silt.
in. Well, if there's anything we can do for the fine folks in Houghton, I mean, they blessed us with the key to the city. We're kind of ambassadors.
I feel physical
city.
pain seeing
I do
this
too. It's
to
devastating
our city.
Yeah. Yep.
feel like my body's been ripped apart.
Well,
see the cracks in the street like that.
I don't know where we stand with a lot of the citizens of Houghton right now, because last time anyone from this crew was up there, they were being kicked out of places for being obnoxious.
Throwing a pint glass over their shoulder without looking.
Smashing it on the ground and being asked to leave on the day we were awarded with the key to the city by the mayor.
Our representative was asked to leave.
On the steps of City Hall with a ribbon cutting
wearing a top hat as required.
Gloves, a scroll with dipped in...
there was a wax seal.
Wax seal.
That sealed the pronouncement. Detroit Cast Day on June 9th.
Yep.
Heretofore, each year forward, shall be known as Detroit Cast Day in Houghton, Michigan.
A few short hours later, fast forward.
Representative is being kicked out.
Physically tossed out of a bar for being, quote, asshole. So, yeah.
Well, I'm not sure we're totally invited back, but we'll see. Hey, Don writes in badass movie cars, and several people have written in. And the most people are saying Batmobiles, various versions of the Batmobiles.
But
and
it
then
seems
I'm
like
seeing,
too easy an answer.
Yeah.
You know, the Batmobile is the obvious one.
But then I'm seeing a lot of Smokey and the Bandit, too, which is one that we should have remembered, that Trans Am.
Would you have
a T-top Trans Am? That was sweet.
Yeah, yeah. Did it have the bird on the front?
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. Has anyone said the Green Machine? Was it the Green Machine that Scooby-Doo and his team wrote in?
No, dude,
or the
that's
Mystery
the Mystery Machine.
Mystery
The Green Machine is what rich, smug, asshole kids
one of those.
had.
Fucking awesome, man.
Instead of a simple big wheel, they had the Green Machine.
Well, I had trouble with my big wheels. I'll be honest with you, because I had Roz Bear, who lived next door to me in Livonia, and Roz Bear was very generous. I was able to take my big wheel down my driveway, lock it up, spin it out, and then down the sidewalk up Roz Bear's, and she didn't care. She left the fence open. I could get right up to her garage, spin around. I could do that all day without issue.
Yeah.
But I would wear the black tire out, my front tire, from locking it up.
Yeah.
I'd get a big hole in it.
You gotta
and
duct tape it. Didn't duct tape it?
I just was like, fuck this. I'm going Green Machine.
Yeah, the Green Machine. The key about the Green Machine is that you used your hands to steer it.
But it makes
that doesn't explain it very well. You pedaled like normal, but you had these shifting things that went back and forth, front to back.
Like what would you compare that to? Like
you jammed one forward and one backward, and it would spin
you could
to
spin
one
out
side.
Easy as shit.
It was pretty neat. It took a little bit of coordination to figure it out, but it was neat.
But you could get up way more speed with that thing than you could a traditional standard big wheel.
Is that true?
I think
it's
so.
More recumbent style.
I think so.
Yeah, you get more leg push into it.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yep,
maybe. Yeah. So smug assholes had Green Machines as kids, but you were thinking of the Mystery Machine, Scooby-Doo's Mystery Machine.
Yeah.
Would you really want that?
No, but it's a van.
You put it up against an A-Team van. I mean,
I know. Plus, mine's a cartoon. I don't know what you can do with that, but anyway, what were some of the other ones?
Badass movie cars: Biggie, Legal E, and Druggy. Oh, man. I've listened to the show since its creation. Very cautious about talking about cars with you guys because you're so terrible at identifying them. And other things about cars normal people just know.
Fair, very fair.
It's very true. We all suck at
It's
cars.
remarkable we live in the Motor City and we know we lack such. Our parents, our dads were engineers at fucking Ford.
Yeah, I'd file a grievance, but it would only be a stolen one because, well, we've been here before, haven't we? The best cars from movies I can think of are the Snowflake Melting General Lee, Dodge Charger, not Challenger. Do a Bing search. Did we say Challenger, not Charger?
I think we said Charger.
No, I don't think we did. I think
No.
I think one of us was like Charger, and we're like, no, I think it's Challenger. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Whatever.
Sorry,
Sorry,
so cool
Don.
We spit that out that we knew. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, the Charger.
Yeah, Don's at home going, God damn them!
It must be so irritating to listen to two morons talking about something that they love so much.
Yeah. Which is actually the same model as the car in, Bullet. Was Steve?
No.
Steve. That dude, that's a Mustang.
It's a Mustang,
yeah,
man.
Why would he say that?
He's lying. His
Which is
credibility
actually the
shot.
same model as the car in Bullet, with Steve McQueen. In the very cool Mustang Fastback. I don't know what he's talking. He's obviously distinguished between the two shows, but I don't know why he says it's the same model. Also, maybe same year or something.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Also, very cool is the Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am. Eric is also correct about the DeLorean. Very cool, but I think the Ferrari 308, which is Magnum PI and Cannonball Run, that's pretty sweet. Although from what I hear, it's an Italian piece of shit. Dude, that Bullet car was at the auto show.
Yeah,
Last auto show.
Is that the Mustang?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Are you
Fastback? Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Another couple of notable
Seen him
rides.
fly through the streets of San Francisco.
That scene, though, I watched it recently, and there's a lot of replaying of footage.
Oh, God.
You know, where you see him fly around one corner, you're like, badass, and then you see him fly around another corner, you're like, I've seen
Wait
that
a minute.
corner before.
Dude, it's like watching the Flintstones and seeing them run, and it's
Oh,
like the same
background.
plant, fucking window,
Yes.
plant window, plant window, plant window. You're like, come on, man,
Yeah.
really?
They did that in Bullet. Another couple of notable rides include the 50 Mercury and Cobra with Stallone. Can you picture that? That's cool. I remember that one. And the Blues Brothers cop car gets an honorable mention. By no means is this a complete list. I know other listeners will have some good ones, but any more talk of the stupid Ghostbuster hearse along with any mention of the stupid Monkey Mobile, Herbie Beetle, or a Mini from the Italian Job will cause me to vomit.
Here's where he's wrong, dude. So
Hold on.
wrong, by the way.
The Minis from the Italian Job. Remember that?
Yeah.
The red, white, and blue Minis flying
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
Dude, I'm a big fan of Minis.
Really?
Sorry, Don, but I love those things.
No shit.
Yeah, I love the Countryman that's out currently. The all-wheel drive Countryman. It's sort of a bigger version of the Mini Cooper.
I get mad when I see people in those.
Really? I like them,
Yeah,
man.
because I feel like
really
they're
like 'em.
so smug.
Yeah, there they are. That was a great scene. Sorry, Don.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's
Don.
kinda
if
cool.
You're vomiting right
Are
now.
we?
What about the Mini in The Bourne Identity? Remember when he was flying through the streets of Paris, I believe it was?
Gay Paris?
I believe it was.
Gay Paris.
I believe it was right after he met that girl, and they're chasing him. And
I
he's
know I've seen it.
flying
Why?
through-
I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
remembering.
It's a remarkable scene.
Are we leaving cars off the table from the Dukes of Hazzard?
I mean, Uncle Jesse's white truck,
pickup truck.
You've got the Jeep that Daisy drove.
Yep.
Boss Hog, dude. Boss Hog and his big stretch,
That giant stretch thing with the
stretch
fucking
limo.
horns on the front.
Caddy, right? There's a caddy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Here's
It's
why he is so
convertible,
wrong,
dude.
though, by the way. So wrong. Sorry, but he's a car guy. So he's like looking at what he thinks is like, oh, this is a badass car. When you're talking about a movie car that would be cool to you, it's like, yeah, the DeLorean or like the Ghostbuster.
Give you your
for-
props.
No, but no. Okay, well, the Ghostbuster thing to say, oh, that's bullshit. It shouldn't even be in here, dude. It's not because I want a fucking hearse to drive around. It's because I want to get a car and put the fucking the props from the movie on. That's why it would be cool to me.
Oh, that's why you want it? Oh.
That's why he wanted the DeLorean.
Wasn't it just a white hearse with the Ghostbuster logo on the doors?
It was a
Have
hearse
special-
with all types of lights and shit on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of pimped out.
Yeah.
But there's the Cobra car. Remember Cobretti driving that?
Yeah, that's pretty
Mercury.
sweet. That's
Hey,
sweet.
look at this. Fuck him, man. Fuck him. I like.
Yeah, if you pulled up in the driveway each day with that,
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, the car alone is nothing, but if you add the movie,
Do
shit,
hearses freak you out a little bit?
yes, that's what I was just gonna
Yeah.
say. Like, aren't you like a little
no, I wouldn't.
weirded out being?
I
in a
personally wouldn't
hearse?
do the Ghostbuster car, but I'm saying when he uses that as an example of it, is like it's because he just wants badass like automobiles.
Yeah.
I want
Like a
someone from a
badass
movie.
performing
Yeah,
car.
yeah. I want something from a movie.
I say you stick with buying the DeLorean.
Well, I agree. That's
yeah,
my
I'd go
favorite.
DeLorean over Ghostbuster.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not comfortable with
I've
the hearse
never
in the
said I
driveway.
wanted the Ghostbuster car. I just used it as an example.
The history of transportation of dead bodies is probably
troubling.
the thing that marks it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
DeLorean.
couldn't go in the back.
No way,
even
no
if
way.
I had a
No.
10 that was like, let's
No.
hop in the back and I'll put out really quick, and it's like, no, too many dead things back here.
Yeah. Hey, we'll save the rest for tomorrow.
Very good. Yeah, gone late. Look at us. All right, we've made it to the weekend, gentlemen. So everybody have a good weekend, and have fun in San Francisco. He's
Yeah.
going off to party with Jerry for Pride Month and the big San Francisco Pride Parade.
Yeah, it
So
should
have
be
fun. We'll
interesting.
get a report on Sunday, see how that's going, and have a great weekend, all. We'll see you next week.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.